Welcome to Life Words Day by Day, where we are walking through the book of 1 Samuel. And we are in chapter 1, where we have seen some amazing things. This lady, Hannah, who has been without child, who has been mocked and ridiculed, finally receives a blessing from the Lord. And she makes a vow to God, saying that she would give her son back to the Lord. And then it comes time for that to happen. And we see in verse 21 that it states very clearly that all of Elkanah's house went to the temple so that Elkanah could offer the yearly sacrifice and to pay his vow. But then it says, Hannah did not go up. And the question becomes, will Hannah follow through on her word? Will she fulfill her vow of giving her son back to God? Or will she not be able to bear the heartbreak of handing over her son to the Lord? Remember in verse 11, she made that vow, I will give him to the Lord all the days of his life. And what she was saying was that she would put her son in the Lord's service in the temple. But now she's not going up to the temple with Elkanah and the rest of the family. She's staying behind. So what's going through her mind at this point? Elkanah is going to pay his vow. What about Hannah? Well, the fact that Elkanah is going to pay his vow means that Elkanah agreed with Hannah's vow that she had made. He, as her husband, could have legitimately refused the vow, as it tells us in Numbers chapter 30. But Elkanah didn't refuse the vow, and he has come to bring an offering, which was customary and lawful. But what about Hannah? After all, Deuteronomy chapter 23 says, if you make a vow to the Lord your God, you shall not delay fulfilling it. But it seems like that is exactly what Hannah is doing. Hannah gives a reason. She says that she's nursing the child. And then once the child is weaned, that she would come to the temple, to the presence of the Lord. But I want you to think about that whole nursing idea. To the Westerner, a mother may nurse a child for a year, but not much longer than that. And the bond that is established within that year between the mother and the nursing baby is unmatched. But in this culture, at that time, the nursing and the weaning process would normally go anywhere from 3 to 5 years. That may sound excessive to our ears, but you got to keep in mind that in that day and time, there was no indoor plumbing to provide safe drinking water. Water would have to be sterilized with alcohol, and that just wasn't much of an option for a baby. So you would naturally nurse a baby longer. So now think about the bond between mother and child. Elkanah, perhaps sensing what is going on, having seen for years this mother swoon over her baby boy, says, okay, I see what's going on, but don't forget your vow to the Lord. The text says, may the Lord establish his word. But the understanding, the sense of the phrase is that Hannah would keep her words. And so Hannah stayed behind, but with his reminder. So put yourself in Hannah's sandals. You've been without a child for years, barren, ridiculed, and now you have a healthy baby boy. Was the vow she made a rash vow? Did she really mean it? Would she be able to part with this gift of God's grace? Would you be able to do that, ladies? Well, to find out what happens, you can read for yourself in 1 Samuel chapter 1, but then come back tomorrow to our show. Today, though, please pray for Pablo Munoz and his family, our Changemaker missionaries in Chile. And also remember the Hindi Life Word broadcast that's heard in India.